Hello everyone, I hope you are all doing well. The main man here, and it's nice to see you again. Although I can't see you, I hope you're watching this video for my input on Eddy Gordo, who of course was revealed for Tekken 7. Most of us saw this coming. I was actually hoping they would cut him and we wouldn't get a capo for this game, but I always knew like he's been such an iconic character since Tekken 3 and he has a lot of fans, so we would probably see him, but I felt like, well, if we see him, we will probably see an Eddy Gordo without the back 1-4. And I was mistaken, he has the back 1-4. Although a lot of people actually missed it in this trailer. They couldn't spot it because it was cut in a very hectic fashion. It was sneakily cut out the first hit of back 1, but he does back 1-4 in the trailer. But I thought we could quickly watch the trailer together. I just have to say that the music in this trailer, we see a couple of new stages that look cool, but the music, if this is the stage music, I mean garbage, Thailand chewing gum techno, that's what we call it in Sweden. I mean this, is it just me or is this song, it hurts my ears. Pure garbage. Okay, so now we're going to see the back 1-4. As you can see there, that white sparky thing, that's Horang blocking the first hit, back 1 and then 4, and then he has a power crush from handstand 1, which Capo Scrubs will probably abuse quite a lot. But on the plus side, his new outfit is pretty cool. His capoeira looks more fluid than ever, I feel, in this trailer. Like his animations are beautiful. It's really nice to look at him fight, even though it's 8 when you're the opponent. So yeah, looking good. So there we have the Rage Drive. Unclear what it does. If it doesn't launch on block, I'm guessing that would be broken. Rage Art. So this to me, the Rage Art is garbage. I mean, the first part is cool. But this part that comes now, he knocks him up and he goes into this rather gay, in my opinion, b-boy pose. And then he's... capoeira pose, whatever. And then he talks like very casually. And then he kicks the opponent. I mean... there's no emotion in that. Like, he knocks him out and goes, Daga badu badu, maricon culo. And then he hits him while he's midair. Like, couldn't they have had a bit of rage in that? Like, the Miguel voice actor does that well. Like, some fucking passion, for God's sake. You're in the middle of a fight, you're about to finish your opponent, and you go, bala badu badubi. Like, I would like some emotion into that hit, please. I like that story moment there, like his win pose, like, master. That works really well, like, well done. But, yeah, so great animations, nice outfit. Rage Art was pretty crap in my opinion, but the back 1-4 is still there. And it's of course unclear as to if the properties of the move have changed, but it's still there. And it seems to be doing the same thing. So I'm just guessing we are kind of fucked on that one. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that freeze frame there, over there, that's beautiful. So yeah, we have Eddy Gordo once again. So what did I say? What are the plus sides? He's very unique. There's no other character like Eddy Gordo. But the thing is, what makes him so unique is what I also hate about the character. Eddy Gordo is, and I get a lot of flack from this, from top players and stuff like that who tell me, oh, he's not broken, like on the highest level of play, he requires a lot of skill, and I don't doubt that. I think if you want to take any character in Tekken to the highest level, like if you want to play at Evo and do well, you're going to have to be a really fucking skilled player. like with any character. But I just don't feel like it is a coincidence that when I see JDCR lose to an opponent or Saint, or let's say JDCR, when I see him lose to an opponent that's not Asian, like when he's not in Korea and Japan, he's in, well, he was in South America and he was beaten by Abel Del Maestro and he was beaten by some guy who used Ling and Lei. I just feel like, I mean, I'm not the best player, but I don't feel like I'm mistaken when I say that characters like Capo and Ling have a lot of potential that you don't see in their frames. Like, their frames might, if you look at it in a very shallow fashion, they might seem like bad characters, but they have such huge amount of bullshit moves that can be abused even against a player of JDCR's caliber. And I see that when I see... and now I know JDCR isn't that familiar with the Capo matchup because he's not that popular in Korea, but there must be something to the fact that when JDCR faces an American Brian or an American Mishima, American Huron, he steamrolls them. But when he faces a Capo, he suddenly has a lot of trouble. That speaks for the Capo character. The Capos are very unique and do stuff that no other character can do. And that was a long rant about top-level player and what they think about the Capo. But what I want to stress, and what I really dislike with Eddy Gordo is, like I haven't gone on enough of a rant, it's this fact. And this is completely true, and I feel like I'm the only one that picks it up. If you're a casual gamer and you pick up Tekken 7 and it's maybe the first Tekken game you play, or maybe you've played let's say 3 months of Tekken before in total, maybe you dabbled a bit with Tekken 5, maybe with Tekken 6, and then you pick up Tekken 7 and you go online and you know what, you've played Fengwei or Asuka and you've played for a couple of weeks and you've got some basic moves in, like, you know, the top 10 moves you should be utilizing, and you're doing the basic juggles, you know, and you're doing quite well. And then you run into Capos. You run into Capos everywhere. And the thing with the Capo is that when someone picks up a Capo, a beginner player, he's going to need about a couple of days to get an arsenal of tools and setups and moves and strings that's going to take the average player, I would say, months to work around at a very efficient level. I mean, to be able to consistently, I mean, Korean backdash cancel is one of the hardest skills you can acquire in Tekken. And if you face a Capo and you can't Korean backdash cancel, you have a very, very hard fight. Like, that Korean backdash cancel isn't that vital to fighting. I mean, it's always good to have, but if you're fighting a pole, whatever, it's not going to be that important. But if you face a Capo and you can't do that, you're at a very big disadvantage, because the Capo will be in your face doing these bullshit moves. And these bullshit moves, like the relax 50-50, the back 1-4, you have to be so tight with your punishment and your execution to properly punish those moves. And most beginners don't have that. So I think the reason you saw so many double lane, double Capo in TTT2 is because most people just go online, they face Capos, and they don't have the hours to put down to be able to counter the Capos. So they become disgruntled and they feel like, oh, those characters are broken. And that's why we see Eddy Gordo on the Watch Mojo YouTube top 10 most retarded, broken fighting game characters of all time. Eddy Gordo is the only Tekken character on that list. And that's because people play online, they get skanked by Capos. I mean, I don't even have to mention that Capos on 3 bars is, you can't play. Just drop the controller, you've lost. So if you have a laggy game, you've automatically lost. But what I'm trying to say is that people go online, they don't have the time to research the Capos like we do. I mean, I'm not a Tekken pro, but I can at least put in the hours in practice mode or whatever. Most people can't do that. And then if you can't do that, you won't ever be able to beat a capo. He's going to steamroll you. Because when you face a character like a capo, the responsibility lies on you to be able to deal with this matchup. He's going to just fucking steamroll you, no matter the character you have picked. Because it's going to be on you to do the punishment and to dissect him and take him apart. And most people can't do that, so they become capo players. That's why we see so many capos online. I think people try Paul, they try Brian, they have a character they feel like they want to play, I think. But I think most people just get so fed up with getting wrecked by capos and lings that they become ling and capo players. They say, okay, oh whatever, I'm gonna try this character, and then we go back 1-4 and they're like, oh my god, I can just back 1-4 myself into an Avenger rank. Or maybe even a Vanquisher rank. I mean, and that's just the sad reality. And I know most people like to say that, oh, I'm whining, I'm crying. But I'm not really crying, you know, I'm just, well, I mean, obviously I'm not crying. I'm just trying to explain something I feel is very evident. Like, the capos, you can pick them up in 5 minutes. I've played capo myself, like a couple of hours in total, and I can, with Kazuya, Eddy, and TTT2, I can wreck quite good players. Like, you need a couple of minutes to do well with Eddy, and you need a couple of years, I would say, to be really good at your anti-capo defense. Because you're going to need good Tekken defense in general, and that means movement and spacing that takes years to acquire. And that maybe sounds a bit too drastic. Let's say months, even though I feel that's quite optimistic. But let's say months. It's just one of those characters that is broken in the way that you have to put so much work into beating an opponent that hasn't put any effort into the game whatsoever. Like, that's the problem with the capos, and that's the problem with lanes. It just feels unfair. So I guess that's my capo rant. Yeah. Okay, so we have Eddy Gordo in Tekken 7. Yeah, we all saw this coming. Luckily, I have decent anti-capo defense now, but it took it so long. I mean, I used to get completely shreked by capos. But I do feel bad for the casual gamers who are going to play Tekken 7 and end up being capo players themselves, because no one can put in the hours into Tekken. It's too hard. You can spam get good all you want on people who whine about capos, but the thing is, Tekken takes forever to master. Most people don't have that time, so casual gamers are going to get completely fucking wrecked by capos. And I just hope it doesn't hurt the game. I just hope people don't drop this game because they feel like it's a capo fest or a ling fest. But I think watchmojo.com, that video is a good indicator as to what casual gamers feel regarding capos. And I think casual gamers are more important than hardcore gamers, because I want this game to succeed. And if casual gamers don't buy the game won't succeed. So thanks for watching, take care, and yeah, I'll see you soon again. Cheers.